Damn, 100% unscripted. Welcome back to my channel. I guess I'm keeping my voice down because I'm just kind of sitting alone at a little cafe in the middle of Cape Town, like in the suburbs. It's quiet. I don't know. I'm focusing on content for the week. I've literally just sat and looked at, obviously April 6th to 10th, it's the current week I'm in, and I've just planned out the rest of the week. Excuse any traffic you kind of hear passing. It's a super like on the road cafe, so there might be a little bit of noise here and there, but I'll try my best to just keep this in studio mode and keep this as clear as possible. So anyways, like I said, I've just been looking at the next kind of week and for the past week to do so. I'm just analyzing what I've got coming ahead of me, and I want to discuss a couple things while I'm sitting here just having lunch. And we're actually going to do so by building a Miro board on my laptop in front of me. You guys are going to join me with that. We're going to build this board, obviously, with one goal: to help you guys build an authentic personal brand that you can monetize whenever you want, theoretically. I think some people focus on building the brand first, building the presence and the audience first. Some people monetize early. It doesn't have to kind of matter to your perceived value, and it doesn't have to negatively change your perceived value if you monetize early, or if are dropping an offer like 6 years in, for example, to having your presence on social media. I don't think either way it needs to be something that can ever or should ever take from your kind of perceived value as an individual. So I want to discuss these things while we hop into Miro kind of for a second, and then maybe we'll hop into Notion just to explain a couple things. Anyways, I'm just going to start the screen recording so you guys can hop into the laptop with me, which should be pretty much done right now. You guys can see everything. All right, I'm just going to open up Miro. Damn, need to connect this thing. Just going to use a personal hotspot. It's probably easiest. There you go. When we talk about unscripted, I mean unscripted. I mean, as far as planning goes, like I've got aims, intentions of every single day, set out everything with the content that I obviously make, but I don't technically script videos like word for word. I don't think that's authentic, and I don't think it's also demonstrating knowledge and skills in an authentic way. And it doesn't like collapse into the lens that I post through, which is operational transparency, which is to obviously stay like as authentic, transparent, and like share as much as possible to you guys. So it tends to be the most valuable way I can share, obviously. So once again, the focus of today's topic is building an authentic personal brand online. How do we do so? How do we use social media? How do we use YouTube? How do we use Instagram? And how do we obviously do so in a way that's not taking from your perceived value and just adding to it when you monetize? So it's building an authentic personal brand that you can monetize. That's today's focus. We're going to hop into Miro just like this. We'll grab a new board. Let's just pop that open like that. I'm not going to use the AI. We're just going to do this from scratch today. Sometimes it's good fun. It's been a while, so I'm going to start over here. We're just going to have this, right? Put this down for like 1 moment. Obviously we have the focus. That's the starting point. So I think we're just going to attempt to cover kind of most of the topics in focus in 2026 regarding being an entrepreneur online. Like we're going to talk about social media. IG in focus is what I use as my main kind of client acquisition platform. I've routed everything through IG, so that, inbound, for example, everything comes to IG. It's a very easy system to set up as an entrepreneur, especially if you're doing business online. I think it's a nice, transparent way to do things if you do it in the correct way. So diving into that, we're going to talk about those platforms, right? So I think we start here, and I'm going to just say platforms. I want to kind of just lay the baseline of this video for us out, you know what I mean? So we've got platforms in the bottom corner. I think, secondly, we're going to talk about communication, so comms. Well, I figured let's just be a little bit more specific in that regard, because you guys will probably appreciate that. Excuse spelling, I'm just going to kind of like type quickly, sometimes one-handedly here, but you'll get the message as things kind of go by. And at the end of the day, I'll put this Miro board up free, so you guys can just tap the link, copy everything for yourself, and just obviously implement it into your own. Never copy a strategy. Like, there's no one size fits all in this niche. Always implement principles. It's like reading a Bible. Like, I'm a heretic at heart, which means I search for truth. I've read every religion except Mormonism, for example, to understand all religions. You know what I mean? We must do the same thing. You know what I mean? We take the principles of and then implement. We don't copy in that regard. So what else are we going to cover today in building an authentic personal brand that we can monetize, right? To monetize, we got to talk over offers. Right. It's pretty essential. I think also people need to understand, like, pricing high is it's a bit of a controversial subject, and it's been a controversial subject for like the past year. I've seen, watching other people's content, like I'm seeing the majority of entrepreneurs selling offers, or creators selling offers, pricing themselves way too fucking low, and then just like undervaluing themselves and undervaluing their own companies and their offers, like as a symptom and a consequence. And I don't think that's a great way to start this out. Yeah. So I think lastly, to do this, we're going to just talk about the dreaded word acquisition. Obviously, you know, we're going to talk about the platforms and what we do on those platforms, but I think we have to talk about the dreaded subject of specifically acquisition through these platforms as well, just separate to, for example, just me discussing how I treat these separate platforms over here. So you guys can see we've got a very, very simple layout. This is going to be a long video. I want you guys to stick around so that you can see the end results of where we get to. I want you guys to just join in and discuss with me, leave comments. I'm going to expand on those comments like as much as possible, whether it's you guys want to see something in a video or you want me to further explain something in this video. Leave it all in the comments and I'll respond to all of that. And if you guys are new here, obviously please drop a follow. If you want to see more strategy based content, business, social media, I'm a strategist for entrepreneurs on social media. That dumps things down for you and just like simplifies that so you understand who's speaking to you if you guys are new here. Yeah. So I think viable. Let's start on communication. That's actually my father on the motorbike. I'm meeting my father for lunch here. Alright, welcome back. We are at the hotel library right now. I finished lunch, met up with my father for a second, so I had to cut the video, but we're going to continue now. And I've actually just furthered the Miro board so that it has a little bit more context for you to understand going forward into this video and helping you guys build an authentic personal brand that you can monetize whenever you want. So there's a couple points that I've added and I want to go through everything quickly, right? As you can see, we've got obviously 1 green and 4 red. The red are the subjects we're going to discuss today, obviously, inside of the main topic of building an authentic personal brand that you can monetize. We're going to go through communication, which is like, it's fucking essential. Let's be real. You have to communicate on profiles and on marketing, sometimes to your clients. So we're going to nail communication. You have to nail your medium, of course. So the platforms, big thing. Offers. I mean, how the fuck are you going to monetize? Let's just be real. Offers. We're going to go into everything that we can today. And we're going to discuss acquisition. So that's, you know, the two-parter, driving traffic and driving conversions. So I'd like to personally start in communication today and just break that up so you guys can understand. We're going to go into authentic communication. So what it is to authentically communicate as an entrepreneur in the online market today. We're going to learn, obviously, talking in your ICP, your ideal client profiles language. And you're going to obviously learn how to study that, to research that, and to leverage that. And then I want to obviously just discuss at the bottom there how you speak on IG and YouTube. Probably the best mediums that you can use right now for expressing yourself to build up a personal brand as an entrepreneur. So let's start at the top here. Authentic communication, right? In my opinion, I think everyone should hold this value like deep to heart, like seriously deep to heart. Again, I strive to be the realest and most authentic business person on social media as I can, because it means I'm going to drive myself the best audience, the best quality of buyers. It also means I'm going to provide the most authentic and realist lens to my audience and buyers. So I'm actually being the most genuine version of myself for my audience. And that's, I think, at the end of the day, how we become powerful business owners is by impact. It's not, through heaping yourself. So in order to be the best, you gotta be the best. So how do we become the best? We're gonna master a couple of things. Operational transparency is one of those things that I have held very deep to myself over the past couple of years, because it's exactly how I post on content. It's not the strategy I use. There's not one size fits all in this industry in the online market, but it's one of those strategies that I hold close to heart. This is a Bible, if you must, for content. So as it says here, you guys can read with me, the strategic intentional disclosure of internal processes to customers. So it's like showing behind the scenes. It's showing how things are made, how things are discussed in a boardroom. It's posting in a lens that is operationally transparent. So it's showing enough of maybe who you are, who you're not, how you work behind the scenes, how you work when people aren't watching you, how you demonstrate yourself, your knowledge and your skills is bloody so important in this market. I think a lot of people are sitting here like, okay, I must get results so I can show results to get clients. And I'm like, yes, of course, we understand that, but think about the principles there. Like, what's actually at play is the demonstration of your competence, result, right? And then the demonstration of your knowledge and skills. Is he actually competent because you achieve those results? It's a full system. It's a strategic system of sharing yourself in a way that is appreciated in a certain way. And if you want to build an authentic brand, again, that's what this video is about helping you guys achieve like the most authentic brand you can that you can monetize. Post through an operationally transparent lens. It just means there's no room for falsifying your lifestyle. It's no room for errors. It's no room for over propagating what's enhanced. Sometimes doesn't need to be over enhanced. It's just more about being real. You know what I mean? Like, if I am sitting in 5-star hotels all the time, driving nice cars and shit, that shouldn't be in focus. It should be in your video, so that's like a signal, but it shouldn't be in focus. You should be in focus. It's a rather more transparent lens rather than a focus lens, and it changes the dynamic entirely. It's more about me still at the end of the day and what I was talking about. And that's the sole focus here about operational transparency. It's about not needing to curate that picture and pristine image too much, because it's already curated, and it's more about the realness of information coming through. So this is one of the strategies that I rely on like very deeply, operational transparency. And you can use this when you post content. You can use this inside of fulfillment. You can use this inside of setting up teams or embedding culture inside of teams in a company. And at so many different levels, whether it's an agency you're running with like 5-10 employees total and you guys are all sharing shit, or it's a corporation with 100 employees. Operational transparency is like, it's something that can affect your company on the outside completely for good and for the rest of your company's lifetime. Let's talk about format, because people are getting really lost into this belief that I want to cut, that there's like formats that some industry leaders hold, like myself, or I'll obviously just pop some faces on screen. Maybe we'll go through a lot of them, like Nick or like Brett Scales or Alex or Mosey. But I think because there's industry leaders and because there's individuals that have weight and there's individuals that have no weight, understand this: weight and no weight is how everything in this life works. It's physics at the end of the day. If you boil it down, things are mass or massless. It's weight or no weight. So because we have leaders, industry leaders, even myself, you know what I mean? We've got people that post content, that content works. People that are outside of that content and outside of holding and owning their content, then therefore go into the belief system that they must post through a lens that's similar to or copying that content, because that's what works. It's not true. It worked for me, or it worked for someone, because that someone has weight. It's not about the content. It's about that someone having weight and that being clear inside of the recording and the quality of the recording. So it's more about my presence, my personality, the clarity of my thinking, and how that's shown on camera. Not so much anything else, to be honest with you. It's, not about creating edits or whatever it may be. It's, for me, again, like, how clearly can I understand that person? If I looked at Alex Hormozy, like, my entire journey, even now still, I trust him because I know who he is, who he's not, what he can do, what he cannot. So I understand where I can trust him. Same with all of my mentors that I've paid thousands of dollars for. Like, you know what I mean? Every single person will, at the end of the day, tell you that this is all about you. And if we're talking about building an authentic personal brand that you can monetize at the end of the day, it's once again all about you. It's about how you express yourself and how you are available to others online and what is available. So get seriously comfortable with yourself. Get yourself to a stage of which you're proud of yourself. You're actually working on yourself so that you are, personally developing, and that you can run that all through a lens of operational transparency, and that people can feel your weight through the medium, which is content. Keep it simple. And that should all kind of contribute to you being able to authentically communicate to an audience or an ICP. So moving into what I just said, that ICP is we got to learn to talk to your ICP in their own language. So if you're scaling agencies through content, or if you're doing lead generation services for creator selling offers, for example, you know what I mean? You have to learn your ICP, and that's not learning online entrepreneurs. It's learning like, okay, I see this individual. How do I learn his interests, his intents, his language model? Like, everyone's got their own language model. You have to be able to understand to outsmart. It's a motto of mine that I've held since I started business, and since I got very deep into some of my own personal interests like philosophy and quantum mechanics. It's my personal philosophy. Understand to outsmart. And you guys have to really implement this in marketing especially, but in building a personal brand. If you want to get that really authentic and get that to a point of which you can monetize whenever you want to, you have to be able to speak to your ICPs in their own language and understand that they're not the same person. So you need to be exceptionally good, once again, at those first qualities of authentic communication, but then you also have to get exceptionally good at looking at people, researching people, understanding people. And that's why psychology and philosophy have been so helpful in my own journey, because often it's about understanding deeper ways of why thoughts emerge and ways of thinking emerge, and you can understand that one thing. I'm going to give you one word to walk away with for this entire block: perception. If you can understand perception collapse, and everything in between, you will be able to figure out your ICP's language very, very well. So to figure out your ICP's language, you have to understand what is their perception, what contributes to their perceptions, what constitutes their perceptions, and why are their perceptions like they are as a condition from prior perceptions or prior actions. For example, you need to be exceptionally good at profiling individuals and understanding people to be in the online space, because you're working with a medium that can access people at a faster, more rapid rate and crazier rate than anywhere else in the world. Again, I can post a video, I could reach millions of people right now. There's nowhere else in this world that you can do something that powerful in terms of communication. So taking that, I want to move on to the last part of communication. That's how I speak on IG and how I speak on YouTube. So the main two profiles that I personally use for communication online are IG and YouTube. YouTube is my long format, right? So it's like, if I was a business owner and I'm going to enter a room, shake hands, show integrity, all of that, right? That's YouTube. It's that watch time. It's where you differentiate me because you see enough of me for a long enough extended period of time to understand who I am and who I'm not, to make your opinions, to gather the data and the information that you have available to you to make a perception of me, right? That's Instagram and YouTube as a whole, but YouTube is really the asset that is like softening that. It's really, really just like deepening that. So that's I would say the shake hands space. It's the get mutual space. YouTube. It's where conversions come in. To be honest with you, if you want me to say that early, I'll say that. It is where conversions come in, and IG is almost like the replicator of that. It's the repurposer. It's the one that drives traffic to the YouTube. It's the one that shares your personal brand in a much shorter, quicker, fast-paced, rapid-paced lens. It's often holding back, again, some of the values that your YouTube hold because they share more of you, but it should be hinting at those things and stimulating your unique mechanisms anyways. So in very short, what I'll leave you with here is how you speak on IG is just, obviously we'll get into this further, is IG is short form, YouTube is long form. YouTube is like having a longer conversation with someone. It's getting closer. It's getting them mutual. You might even fall in love. You know what I mean? IG's quick interactions. Could be a quick coffee or a handshake walking past. You know what I mean? Make sure that intention is set and make sure you're seen and perceived how you want to, but it's a much quicker interaction that can lead to other interactions. So get used to fine-tuning the way you're perceived inside of long form and short form content, and obviously do that by implementing authentic communication principles, operationally transparent communication, kind of dropping the need to say like, okay, I have to fit into this type of person or this type of presence and be seen like this to be heard. It's about you, and it's about the conviction that's literally like available and feelable. Like if I can't feel conviction of you or from you inside of a piece of content, I'm going to drop the piece of content, not pay attention to it. It's not about the format, it's about who's inside that little rectangle that's got a video inside of it. Right? And that also just means, obviously, you have to understand the perceptions that you are trying to target and the perceptions that you are working from to target those perceptions, to be able to communicate within that equation successfully. So let's move on over here to the platform. Right, I'm going to start here. The conventional ways. I actually just want to like black this out in a second. Conventional Facebook and LinkedIn. I'm going to black it out because I actually just want you guys to stop wasting your time. Like, LinkedIn can be good, don't get me wrong. It's a business to business like communication platform. Again, you can treat it like a profile funnel. You can post your content and you can do lead generation on the platform. You can build a personal brand on the platform, but everyone that is on LinkedIn is on Instagram, is on X, is on these other platforms. So all I'm saying is just prioritize the one that the God has dropped. IG is quite literally like designed to crack attention, to crack into its viewers' attention. Like, it is a platform designed for fast-paced media consumption. So I don't personally think there's a space that's more powerful in terms of getting your product and getting yourself out there at a fast rate on a mass scale. I just don't. I mean, you can use the other platforms and they are going to work. Like, I'm not saying I'm against LinkedIn, for example. If you treat LinkedIn with the same profile funnel setup as I treat my Instagram, you'll pop on LinkedIn, I promise you. But I just don't see viable for myself, so I don't use them. So I split between the two. Once again, we spoke about it just now, between IG and YouTube. So I want to dive in to the platforms and why we have specifically chosen IG. Like, 600 million daily users. Again, I've literally looked, for example, even used conventional methods. Like I said here, Facebook was in there. I've used Facebook for lead generation. I did for about a year. Had complete success with it. But again, every person that uses all of these other platforms are all on IG. It's like that one home that they just all gravitate to. The entire world is on this platform. I have to just say it simply. It's as simple as that. So you've got no shortage of, customer base and the base of an audience who is going to take you to a customer base, and just in general, like, you've got no shortage of availability to individuals, to people, to ICP. It's powerful. It's fast. And it's accepted which is the craziest thing right now. Why I say it's accepted is because if you're able to show yourself in a real enough lens and enough of yourself, it's accepted as accreditation. You were lied to. If you went to college, you were probably lied to about accreditation. I went to 2 colleges to get 2 different degrees, one for digital design and branding, one for graphic design and branding. And it's just like, you go through life believing that you have to acquire something to be seen as someone who, like, okay, is worth doing business with, or like, okay, you're a viable person. What, because of a fucking piece of paper, when I've got 7 years of consistent work available for anyone to see? I've got multiple articles written about me. I've got literal, like, I've got tracks left on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all these platforms over years and years and years of the work, the actual shit I've done. You have been lied to about what is accepted as accreditation. So IG is my fastest way to cut through that issue, because it's a lens that's consistent. If you're consistent, again, like, you can post videos as much as you want on IG. The lens that's consistent. If you're real, it stays real. It shows the right parts of the things that are now accepted as accreditation and might not have been years ago. So IG becomes that platform. Right? YouTube is our mutual, I'm just going to say mutual guy there, because that's exactly what it is. YouTube is the mutual space. I call it a space of association. Let's just call that spade a spade. It's a space for association, and that association is basically running it like this. So you have an ICP. They have a goal. Right? To get to that goal, they're going to have a certain couple things they have to invest themselves with or associate themselves with to get to that goal. And those are spaces of association. So we trap our offers and ourselves inside those spaces of association. So you build that YouTube out to be the mutual handshaker inside those spaces of association. So talking about the things that your ICP will, for example, associate themselves with to understand something, to outsmart, to get to their goal. You know what I mean? Like, if they want to increase lead generation on Facebook, you know what I mean? They might be joining certain groups that imply that they're searching for that or trying to do that. You have to enter those spaces of association, speaking their language with your weight, basically just saying the right thing at the right time to the right person. Right? And that YouTube is the device that you do that. You become a mutual guy. There is also no shortage of individuals that are on these platforms, like YouTube specifically. It is also just a very trusted platform regarding, like, you know what I mean? It's been up for ages. It's not going anywhere. It is very, very solid for content creation and actually just like posting free content. It's still the best platform. So why not leverage it? So that's the 2-part equation that you need for content, is IG and YouTube. It's like brother and sister, to be honest with you. This is also just going to show you guys how overcomplicated social media has like really, really made this for you, because you can see like it's a lot simpler than people say. Again, you don't need like, you know, omnipresence across every fucking platform, multiple accounts, all contributing, blah, 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 blah. I've heard people do like multiple accounts and then you're posting like hundreds of videos across accounts a day. I'm like, just focus on one fucking account, maybe 2. Again, one presence, IG, YouTube, that's you covered, done. Focus on those 2, build them up properly, of high quality, show the right shit, and over time it builds up again like a bank proof. It's very powerful. So if you've been listening until now, you will be building, you will be scaling something, you will be building a presence, and an authentic presence online. If you're consistently posting in, you know, for example, the operationally transparent lens, and you're consistently doing so, if you're communicating correctly to your ICP through their language, understanding perception and psychology, all of these things, you're already posting the right type of content. You're not falling, for example, into that trap thinking like, oh, I need a format to work. You know what I mean? It's more about trial and error, and actually just taking the data and, you know, reformatting how it needs to work. If you are successfully listening, you will be here right now. You have presence, you've got a brand, you've got some traffic coming in. Like, you're actually cooking at this point, which means we're at the second half of this It's my reward. Right? We're trying to build an authentic personal brand that you can monetize whenever you want, whether you're at 1,000 followers or you're at 500k. You know what I mean? To do that, we gotta sell something. You gotta be monetizable. You know what I mean? So offers. Let's discuss offers, right? I wanna first start with the imposter syndrome bullshit that a lot of people have. I've spoken to so many people who think numbers like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, right, is like a lot of money, and I'm like, okay, I'll be really, really raw and authentic here. You cannot sit here and fucking compare money in situations like business and money in situations like general life. Like, you know what I mean? Paying for groceries is not going to equate to consulting costs, and paying for your own mentorships. It's not. The price I would pay for the information that could take me to the goals I have, for example, like running billion-dollar companies, I would almost say are priceless for me. And the stress of pricing yourself high speaks on your own competence, I have to say. Like, if you think that you're not worth $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $10,000, $25,000, I have to ask you why you do not see yourself worth those numbers. Again, you sell a product, like if you're a consultant and not selling an offer, you sell a product for $2,000, you're going to attract people who are more desperate, more held to that money. You know what I mean? You got a little bit of spending cash. It'll take a little bit more convincing to get that cash out of them. That means more to them. They're going to be the shittiest clients to work with. They're going to be on your phone all the time. They're going to irritate you. And they're probably going to be the clients that leave you with disputes. Price yourself high. You deal with people that are ready, people that know what they want. You deal with people that actually will tell you exactly how they want business to flow, saying I've had clients pay me literally $25,000 and communicate once a month with me, and those clients are the best clients because everything is smooth running. You get someone that is more competent, you get someone that is more invested into the money that they're spending, but it's not also they are so attached to that fucking 10k or 15k that they've spent, because it doesn't matter to them like it would matter to someone maybe who spent that 2k. I will have to say price is going to differentiate who comes at you in inbound DM. If you are not qualifying pre-inbound, so pre-appointment being set, if you're not qualifying price somehow, you're going to attract people that care more about the money they spend, meaning that when they spend the money, their experience with what they spend the money on is going to be affected by their mindset being brought down. So we price high. We deal with the people that are stronger minded, supported by their own finances and incomes. And then why else do we price ourselves high? If I look at you and you're priced $2,000 and you're going to help me with paid advertising, for example, and you're consulting on paid ads, and then someone else on social media is charging $26,000 upfront, and it's a 12-month thing, and he's going to work with me for paid ads, same shit. I'm looking at the guy with $24,000 or $25,000 in that offer, and I'm immediately differentiating him. He's the one who's high priced. Why? It's as simple as that. It comes with that why, and that why is important because it sets you apart. It sets you at a much higher position. And I'd rather, again, you guys deal with a little bit of time making, efforts and, trying to get your first client. And then that first client is, $25,000 rather than $2,000. You know what I mean? If you're going to spend time, posting the stuff, doing the free content, all of that, I'd rather you take the risk with a higher price tag, with setting yourself more valuable. In turn, you're respecting yourself more as an entrepreneur. So get past the incompetence and the belief that you have that you cannot price high, because that is just not the truth, right? So selling anything, we're obviously going to sell content through an offer, right? We're going to sell offers, and we're going to obviously do so by posting content in a more simple frame of mind. So I want to discuss all of this as well. If any of the noise around me obviously irritates you guys, I do have to just say my apologies. I am literally at a hotel library right now, and there's an older couple across there having tea and cake, so I'm not going to actually disturb. But anyways, we're going to discuss selling your offer on content, right? So the goal is very simple: drive conversions while driving traffic. Like, you have to drive yourself enough people for the right person to come along. And it's obviously not going to be everyone that buys, it's going to be the right person. So selling your offer on content, I want to draw you away from a conventional marketing technique or a tactic. Push-based marketing, please get rid of it. You enter my DM as a content creator, for example, and you're like, hey bro, saw your content, it's great, super cool potential. I do this for entrepreneurs. I felt your content needed this. I'm gonna leave you on blue tick. Haven't introduced yourself. You know what I mean? Like, haven't actually done anything for me to be involved, and you've also pushed your offer onto me. A push comes with resistance. It's like, okay, think about it like this. I'm heretic, but if I was Jewish, you're Catholic, and I've got like set principles and views that I hold dear to heart, and I just come and blab them and blurt them out and onto you, it's going to come with resistance. If it didn't, I'd be worried, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be resisted and pushed back on. That's just how life works. It's like, you know what I mean? A magnet. I was going to use the salt and pepper, but magnet on the wrong sides are going to push away from each other. You just can't with push-based marketing, and that again includes selling your content in a way that's like hard selling, or selling your offer in your content, should I rather say. That's like hard selling, or actually naming, for example, come buy this thing from me, you know what I mean? You have to be exceptionally good. I'll even write it for you guys at you have to be exceptionally good at stimulation of your unique mechanisms. So the things that make you important, the parts of you that are, again, differentiating you, whether it's your mind, whether it's your looks, whether it's whether you're an athlete and it's the way you do something specific. I don't care what it is. It is stimulation of your unique mechanism, and in specific of that one thing that monetizes you. Stimulation of your offer in a way that's like indirectly marketing it. So how can I say this? You have to sell without selling. You have to sell without even saying the word sale. You have to actually indirectly pull people instead of push an offer onto people. Understand? Attract, don't push. That's the only difference. That's it. At the top here, right? This, I'm actually just throwing in as like a little bit of love to you guys, because a lot of people overcomplicate their offers. Again, like, you know, you read Hormozy, you immediately are like, okay, I've got to categorize myself as a subcategory of one, and I've got to be differentiated, and blah, 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 blah. I think a lot of us young entrepreneurs, especially, it's less in the older entrepreneurs that I notice, because the older ones are often a little bit more focused on signal versus noise in their own life, because they've lived a little bit more life, you know what I mean? Like, even just meeting partners and having a wife will change your opinion on signal versus noise entirely. Trust me, I've got a partner who I'm going to marry, and it's done exactly that for me. So I will say it is a little bit of a younger entrepreneur focus, this one, but offer simplification. Again, when we're trying to become a subcategory of one, and when we're trying to differentiate ourselves and become so unique, it often comes with a lot of complexity, and it comes with overcomplication of you. Like, obviously we're trying to extrapolate the most, you know, powerful value, and we're trying to package it and all make sure it's understood and seen in a way that's just like pushing and raising that bar all the time. But the more you raise that bar, the more complexity comes into the picture. So I just want to get you guys down to a point where, again, your offer is simplified. Richard Feynman, brilliant physicist in our past, he was really brilliant at brutal simplification, and honestly getting things down to like such a fine point of understanding. And I think often it's very powerful to, yes, differentiate, and yes, do all that crazy research to differentiate yourself and to make yourself be seen as someone so powerful and, you know, above in the market. But don't do so in a way with complexity. Do so in a way through, you know, subjecting all that into a simplification model, or like Feynman said, if it can't be said in like 30 seconds, it is still not there yet. Like, you're not just ready to sell that offer. And I do think you need to get to a point where all of your complexity and your beauty and your uniqueness is all bottled up into something simple that can translate everything. Remember, what I'm about to say here is information is only as important and as valuable as the information that is actually intentionally disregarded to transfer that information in the first place. So again, in transferring an offer to someone through content, like, for example, you're my audience, I'm the seller. If I'm going to transfer a piece of information to you, it's only as valuable as the information that I'm disregarding to get that piece of information to you. So you better simplify it. All fucking hands on deck. You better simplify it to a point of which it encapsulates all of your value in a simple way that's not losing the prospect on the way inside the content that you post. That's offers. And then the last block here that we're going to discuss today, or for today's video, and obviously for those of you who are still here, I really do appreciate it. I'm only doing this to help you guys. If you guys don't follow already, I have most of my viewers are non-followers right now, so if you could drop that follow, it would be greatly appreciated. We're slowly growing, and we're growing the most authentic personal brand that we can possibly grow, and I'm demonstrating all of this stuff in real time and expressing all of this in real time. So drop that follow, and you guys can kind of join in on that, and get this information from someone who's actually just not trying to falsify it and actually just loves the game. So obviously we're going to move into the last part, which I think is a big issue for a lot of people still. I mean, I only figured acquisition out a couple of years into posting content and into like monetizing myself. There's two goals with acquisition online, and especially in this, building an authentic personal brand through social media, and specifically through IG and YouTube, but in a way that you can monetize. Acquisition is obviously that way that people come to you for the thing that is monetizable, for that offer, that thing to buy. You got to have people to buy it. Let's be simple about that. And there's a two-part equation: driving traffic and driving conversions. Conversions is sales, traffic is potential for sales. So we split it, right? Because we're doing content. Y'all might have heard this before. Tofu. We're gonna go bofu. Mofu. Top of funnel, bottom of funnel, and middle of funnel. To drive traffic, we have to post content that is more traffic driven to bring in the eyes, not in a way that takes from you. Again, remember that. For example, me, I can open myself up to a wider audience if I, for example, speak about myself being good looking on content and being an entrepreneur. I could, rage bait a little bit, and I could say like, oh, hot guy entrepreneur did this or did this, you know what I mean? That's exceptionally good for driving a lot of attention. Rage baits, it pisses people off, it gathers the attention, it's simple, often a lot shorter. Top of funnel is often lifestyle. It's not the deep stuff. It's that first hook. It's like, oh shit, what the fuck is this guy doing? The bofu and the mofu over here, why I've put it in driving conversion. Bottom of funnel and middle of funnel. Very simply, it's the bottom of funnel is like it's like much like I said earlier, it's like sitting down, having a conversation, us getting mutual, and then the middle of the funnel is like the conversation, getting mutual, having that conversation. The bottom of the funnel is actually me just sitting down in front of you and proposing offer on the table. So within the three-part equation of top, bottom, middle funnel, and the two-part equation of obviously acquisition, which is driving conversions and driving traffic, we've got everything we need to do inside of three pillars, just three fucking content pillars that are all focused on everything else we've discussed through this entire video. Right? Top of funnel, expose you in a way that is viral worthy. So less deep, less philosophical, less like, okay, let me convert you. It's more, let me hook you, let me bring you in, you know what I mean? Let me steal that attention. It's an attention game, and attention is all you need. Middle of funnel is like, okay, let me shake your hand, look you in the eyes, sit you down, maybe order you a coffee. bottom of funnel is, offer on paper, slide it across the table. I'm looking at you in the eyes. And that is, to this day, exactly what I'm doing in my own personal brands. That is, visible on all platforms right now, mainly obviously IG and YouTube, like I've just explained to you guys. But that is exactly how I have been and am building a personal brand, an extremely authentic one, a real one. So I'm building my empire online. It's how I've got clients. It's how I've got $18,000 MRR this month up. You know what I mean? Like, it's how I've gotten to where I am, and it's how I'm scaling from where I am right now. So I figured if I could just give all of this in one video that really helps you, it would be me actually just sitting down with you and just like creating a little bit of a strategy and a Miro board for you to, take home for yourself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say thank you, first of all, for watching this video, for grabbing this information from me. You guys can actually grab all of this. I'm going to throw the link into the description so you guys can actually download this exact Miro board for yourself, all of that, and you can basically grab this and start expanding on those little blocks and adding your own company and your own self into those pieces so that you can understand further how you can see this for yourself. And once again, I hope this helped you guys along your process of just building an authentic personal brand online that you can monetize. I mean, this is, I think, for the individuals that I'm sitting here thinking, like, not everyone wants to monetize from the get-go. Some of us want to build the brand first. Some of us want to get the people first and then monetize. Some of us want to do it at the get-go. So whatever part of that, little scenario that you're sitting in, I hope that this helps just like push that clarity over that creek for you. Once again, if you don't follow already, please drop a follow. It helps more than you fucking think. On Instagram, it's Matt the Strategist. On YouTube, it's Matt the Strategist. On YouTube, it's also Tika Consulting. Obviously, the second channel is my podcast channel, which you guys can also check out in your free time. For those of you who want to work one-on-one with me, I would obviously appreciate if you just came to my Instagram DMs. I'll get back to you more personally there, and then we can take it from there. So, without taking too much more of your time, thank you for watching. It's Matt. I'll see you guys in the next video, which is tomorrow, and I can even give you guys a sneak of what is coming in tomorrow's video. If you guys just hold on with me for like 30 seconds more. Tomorrow, I'm filming a video about myself growing up. A lot of you guys don't know this. I grew up on a private island. I had parents in the travel industry. Grew up on a private island in Zanzibar called Manemba Island. Came to South Africa afterwards for school and spent most of my weeks growing up in my mom's best friend's house. I won't give names, but he was a multi-billionaire and politician in South Africa. So transparently, I had a very, very good upbringing, and I want to share more about what I learned from that upbringing and more about how it's shaped my perception today from being, the little kid who grew up in fucking private islands and different villas around Clifton in Cape Town, South Africa. So I want to obviously just share as much as I can over the next couple of days. And if you guys enjoyed this video, like I did making it, again, just please drop that follow. I'll see you guys next time.